Mark Newnham, Happy Valley upcoming on Wednesday night, and we've got a horse only having his second run for the stable. That's Koepp, but he was pretty good on his first run for you.
Yeah, he certainly was. Look, he arrived in good condition, and look, whatever it was, change of environment or whatever, it managed to switch him back on, and he got his first win in 2 years.
Certainly did. Yeah, got that to a mark of 59, which is a little bit unheard of for him. He's been a better horse in the past. More on that in a moment. But when you get an older horse like this, Mark, I mean, you must have to approach it that little bit differently to obviously your younger stock. I suppose he's been there, done it. You know plenty about him. How do you sort of assess him once he arrives?
Oh, you just got to try and make some changes that you think will help him. So I took all the gear off him. He'd worn blinkers nearly his whole life, so. And earplugs, so I just took everything off him and thought, well, we can add as we go, but didn't need to. He felt good, he was nice and sound, so he just needed a new environment, I think.
You give him a trial as well. How did he come through the race and the trial?
Yeah, really well. It was just a gap between runs. The disappointing part that he's gone up 8 points in the handicap. For a horse that hasn't won for 2 years, and he's had his biggest jump in ratings his entire life, so they haven't made it easy for him to win twice.
They certainly haven't, but I guess the counter argument to that is that he has one off 78, placed in marks in the 80s. So if the old boy is still in the same sort of form, there might be a little bit to play with.
Yeah, difficult when they're 7 years old and you're asking them to return to form as from when they were 4. But look, he's in good form and he's well and he's drawn a good gate, so he should be able to take up a decent position.
You've gone also back to a tried and tested partner in Alexi Bedell as well, so he knows the horse.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he didn't get Hugh's weight this time, so we were always going to have to change. And Alexi, he wasn't shy in reminding me that he has had experience on this horse, and he's had a good strike rate for the stable. So he'll get his chance.
Mark, Crimson Flash looks an interesting runner coming to Happy Valley for the first time. Lightly raced horse, but no shock to see you bring him here. I mean, he has trialled around here and he's trialled well. Yeah,
and look, his runs have all had merit. He just got used up in the middle stages of the race the other day to get up outside the leader after not jumping well, and it just took away from his finish. Strong field. I put the blinkers on him for this race, and he's had a jump out with those on. And look, it might just help him take up that position 1-2 a little bit easier. And if he does that, well, he'll be in the finish.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Obviously, mentioning sort of running style, he's always been sort of up on the pointy end. Turning track like Happy Valley, I'm guessing the thinking is that it will suit a horse like him.
Yeah, and look, his win in Australia was at Wyong, similar type of track, short run home, and he led there. So his horse has always had good speed, but he can get the start wrong. So hopefully the blinkers just allow him to hit the ground running, and when he does that, you'll see the best of him.
Andrea Atzeni, we're going to Happy Valley. Obviously, the racing never stops here. It continues at a pace, and you're going to ride Great Spirit, who got the win last time. He was pretty good, I thought, in that race last time.
He was. Everything worked out quite nicely. They went a good gallop, and we sort of dropped him in, and we followed the right horses, and he came out on top. I know he didn't win by far, but he won quite closely, so hopefully there's a little bit more left in the tank.
Interesting. I mean, going back having a look at it, I mean, he wasn't the quickest away, but the pace seemed to help him. And looking at the makeup of this race, Andrea, there looks to be plenty of tempo.
Correct. I think the likes of Mega Bonus and whatever, I think there's going to be a lot of pace in the race. I don't think from riding him at home, I think that was obviously the first time I'd ridden him, but I rode him at home. I don't think he's a horse maybe that likes to be in front too soon. Yeah. So I think last time it worked out quite nicely. So hopefully the pace is on. If we can follow the right horse again and that can take us into it, hopefully he should be competitive again.
And well, certainly what I liked about him, I'm sure you did as well, was just when you needed him at the finish, he was right there for you, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was there. And when the second horse came on the outside, I think it was Huey on that grey horse. He just kept finding, and he's had a nice bit of a gap. I think it's nearly a month before, between racing, which should be perfect for him, and hopefully he can go again.
Indeed. You'll be hoping to try and boot home plenty more still. Obviously got to 40 at the weekend. Nice number to get to.
Yeah, good number actually. To get to 40. This still got three months left of the season. It's a good number. Listen, it could have been more, which it was just one of those things. But no, listen, the season started a little bit quiet, but now it's picking up and it's up and running. Obviously, we still got 3 months left. Like I said, hopefully we can keep the ball rolling and trying to ride as many winners as we can.
Typical jockey, worrying about the ones that got away, but 40 of them are still a handsome number for sure.
Yeah, no, listen, I can't complain, and I'm lucky that I get a lot of support from a lot of different trainers and owners. So, without the support, I wouldn't have had the numbers that I've had. So, like I said, hopefully we can just keep the ball rolling and stay out of the stewards' room, and we should be okay.
Lyle, you've got a really nice ride coming up in the last race on Wednesday night in Highland Rahy. He's really found that form now.
Yeah, he has. Look, I'd be interested to see how he goes back up in class. Obviously, with his running style in the lightweight, that's going to be a positive. But I do think in this sort of class, you can't necessarily just gallop them into the ground. They're a bit stronger and a bit tougher, and they'll be picking him up a bit earlier in the straight. But with that said, he did set a class record last time, and that'll forever be on his resume. So he's also 2 wins in a row. He's obviously gained a lot of confidence, and maybe he's just taking a bit of time to acclimatise. So hopefully he can take the step up now.
You've got good exposure with this horse. You've ridden him. I think this is coming up for your 10th ride on him. I mean, he's gone forward his last couple. Obviously, he's won both of them. So clearly it's tried and tested. I mean, how much of a difference has that made to him, clearly?
Well, yeah, look, he's always been going forward. He's got really good gate speed. He actually is quite a keen going horse. But I just think it was not disappointing when he was in front. Like let him use that action and his speed, because he doesn't really pick up off that. Looking at this race, you got Livero drawn inside. He's also quite quick, which will pose a question to us. But like I said, he's got one style, and that is to roll. So we'll be going out first to take up the lead. And if that horse is going strong, we can always sit outside and roll along with him. But like I said, we've got to use him and make sure that he continues galloping, especially with the lightweight.
Drawn gate 7, 16.50. I suppose you can just sort of let him slide from there, and not a bad draw.
Yeah, not a bad draw, especially the fact that he's got that gate speed and early toe, so he can overcome draws. And I think seven's okay. So we're happy from there, and he'll be on the pointy end, and hopefully he stays there for a long time. Hopefully all the way.